Nikola Tesla solved the impossible riddles of antigravity. Did Tesla discover the secrets of antigravity? Nikola Tesla has been credited for the creation of much of the technology that we take for granted today, and because of this, it's no surprise that Tesla also delved into the world of flight and possibly antigravity. In fact, his last patent in 1928, number 6,555,114, was for a flying machine that resembled both a helicopter and an airplane. Before he died, Tesla reportedly devised plans for the engine of a spaceship. He called it the anti-electromagnetic field drive, or space drive. William R. Linz writes in Occult Ether Physics, Creatopia Productions, that a lecture Tesla prepared for the Institute of Immigrant Welfare in May 12, 1938, dealt with his dynamic of theory of gravity. Tesla said in his lecture that this was one of the two far-reaching discoveries which I worked out in all details in the years 1893 and 1894, Tesla said. While researching Tesla's statements, Lynn discovered that more complete statements concerning these discoveries could only be gleaned from scattered and parsed sources because Tesla's papers are concealed in government vaults for national security reasons. When Lynn specifically asked for these papers at the National Security Research Center, now the Robert J. Oppenheimer Research Center, in 1979, he was denied access because they were still classified. Can you imagine? All these inventions that Tesla had come up with are considered classified. In his 1938 lecture, Tesla said he was progressing with the work and hoped to give the theory to the world very soon. Obviously, that never happened. Dynamic theory of gravity. Assumption of this field of force dispenses with the concept of space curvature, a la the Einstein theories. The ether has an indispensable function in the phenomena of universal gravity, inertia, momentum, and movement of heavenly bodies, as well as all atomic and molecular matter. There is no energy in matter other than that received from the environment, which goes against Einstein's E equals mc2. The usual Tesla birthday announcement on his 79th birthday, 1935, Tesla made a brief reference to the theory, saying it applies to the molecules and atoms as well as to the largest heavenly bodies and to, quote, all matter in the universe in any phase of its existence from its very formation to its ultimate disintegration, end quote. And in the article, Man's Greatest Achievement, Tesla outlined his dynamic theory of gravity by saying that the luminiferous ether fills all space. This is exactly what the ancient Greeks believed. The ether is acted upon by the life-giving creative force and is thrown into infinitesimal whirls, microhelices, at near the speed of light, becoming ponderable matter, and when the force subsides and motion ceases, matter reverts to the ether, a form of atomic decay. Man can harness these processes too, he claimed, precipitate matter from the ether. In other words, you can create something from the ether. Can you imagine this? Precipitate matter from the ether, create whatever he wants in the matter and energy derived, alter the Earth's size, oh my goodness, control Earth's seasons, that's weather control, guide Earth's path through the universe like a spaceship, cause the collision of planets to produce new suns and stars, heat and light, originate and develop life in infinite forms. This is all of what Tesla was saying. And when Tesla was 82, instead of speaking at a dinner party, he issued a written statement. Although this was soon after he had been struck by a car, his mind was obviously still capable of mounting an attack on Einstein's theory of relativity. Quote, I have worked out a dynamic theory of gravity in all details and hope to give this to the world very soon." End quote. It explains the causes of this force and the motions of heavenly bodies under its influence so satisfactorily that it would put an end to the idle speculations and false conceptions as that of curved space. According to the relativists, space has a tendency to curvature owing to an inherent property or presence of celestial bodies. Quote, "Granting a semblance of reality to this fantastic idea is still very self-contradictory. Every action is accompanied by an equivalent reaction, and the effects of the latter are directly opposite to those of the former. Supposing that the bodies act upon the surrounding space, causing curvature of the same, it appears to my simple mind that the curved space must react on the bodies and, producing the opposite effects, straighten out the curves. Since action and reaction are coexistent, it follows that the supposed curvature of space is entirely impossible. However, even if it existed, it would not explain the motions of the bodies as observed. Only the existence of a field of force can account for them, and its assumption dispenses with space curvature. All literature on this subject is futile and destined to oblivion. It's a great pity that Tesla never published his dynamic theory of gravity. Modern thinking about the gravity suggests that when a heavy object moves, it emits gravitational waves that radiate at the speed of light. These gravity waves behave in similar ways to many other types of waves. Tesla's greatest inventions were all based on the study of waves. He always considered sound, light, heat, X-rays, and radio waves to be related phenomena that could be studied using the same sort of maths. His differences with Einstein suggest that he had extended this thinking to gravity. In the 1980s, he was proved to be right. A study of energy loss in a double neutron star pulsar called PSR 1913+16 proved that gravity waves exist. Tesla's idea that gravity is a field effect is now taken more seriously than Einstein took it. Unfortunately, Tesla never revealed what had led him to this conclusion. He never explained his theory of gravitation to the world. The attack he made on Einstein's work was considered outrageous by the scientific establishment of the time, and only now do we have enough understanding of gravity to realize that Tesla was indeed very right. And this is by Collective Spark. Tesla Telegraph, guest post. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.